Kabul has fallen. Taliban has completely captured Afghanistan with lightning-fast speed on August 15th. The speed of Taliban forces has shocked the world and raised questions about why Afghan forces crumbled despite years of training from the US and billions of dollars spent over the Afghan forces.
Versed in American doctrine and American tactics and techniques, but now we're having to learn the Afghan doctrine, which has its quirks based on their historical influences, and now we have to teach that.
What Taliban's takeover in Afghanistan means to India. Financial investments of $3 billion has been made by India in Afghanistan, facilitating 400 projects in 34 provinces of Afghanistan, which includes dams, hospitals and schools. India had 4 consulates in Afghanistan: Jalalabad, Herat, Kandahar and one in Kabul, which was recently shut, evacuating Indian diplomats. Also, it cannot be forgotten that on 16th of July, Indian photojournalist Danish Siddiqui was killed while covering the war. Just take a look at this map. China will take advantage of this situation, which is always perpetuating from the north, and Pakistan from the west, who always works on destabilizing Kashmir. And now, as the Taliban takes over Afghanistan completely, India has become a frontier to fight terror raised by its neighbors. An alliance of China, Pakistan and Taliban-controlled Afghanistan will be dangerous to India, as Taliban functions with the blessing of Pakistan, operating from Quetta and Peshawar. Recently, Pak PM said shackles of slavery has been broken, endorsing Taliban. The point of concern is Kashmir, as Taliban has always acted as a force multiplier for Pakistan on Kashmir. As Taliban is gaining strength, there will be a rise in religious nationalism and jihad. This will raise the morals of every terror organizations who are willing to take Kashmir. Spreading propaganda of glorified stories of the Taliban will reach Kashmir to the young naive minds who can easily be manipulated through social media in the name of freedom. The Taliban is now seeming as legitimate stakeholder in Afghanistan, as they have diplomatic relations with the international community. They also have a diplomatic office based in Qatar, which was earlier established to bring peace but brought just violence. And majorly, if one terror group is acting upon a country, then what's stopping others? Take a look at these provinces that have fallen fast in the month of August. Now, let's see why this is happening. In April, US President Joe Biden ordered complete withdrawal of US forces and NATO troops from Afghanistan. By 1st of May, marking the 20th anniversary of 9/11 attacks.
All U.S. forces would be out of Afghanistan by May 1, 2021. I've concluded that it's time to end America's longest war. It's time for American troops to come home.
Biden implemented Doha deal, which was finalized by former US President Donald Trump in 2020, and Taliban officials to bring peace in the region. So what exactly Doha deal was? Trump signed the agreement with Taliban in Doha on February 29, 2020, committing to the pullout of US and NATO troops by May 1, 2021 in exchange of security guarantees. They included a promise by militants to hold peace talk with the government in Kabul, to not attack the US or its interests, and to not support groups like Al-Qaeda in attacking United States. The new president of US, Biden, took charge in the beginning of this year and ordered in April that the full withdrawal of approximately 3,000 US troops from Afghanistan by September 11, ending America's longest war of 20 years. But he didn't put any conditions on Taliban as Trump did. What was the history of US war? Back in 2001, United States invaded Afghanistan to take revenge of 9/11 attacks in which approximately 3,000 people were killed. The US identified Islamist militant group Al-Qaeda and its leader Osama bin Laden as responsible.
The Al-Qaeda network and return all foreign nationals, including American citizens unjustly detained in your country. None of these demands were met. And now, the Taliban will pay a price. By destroying camps and disrupting communications, we will make it more difficult for the terror network to train new recruits and coordinate their evil plans.
Bin Laden was in Afghanistan under Taliban's protection. America's aims were to dismantle Al-Qaeda and deny its safe base of operations in Afghanistan by removing the Taliban from power. When the Taliban refused to hand over Bin Laden, the US intervened militarily, quickly removing the Taliban and vowing to support democracy and eliminate the terrorist threat.